Hello, today I'm going to show you how you can have a scene triggered by time in Vera control. Triggers are the motivators of scenes, the reason why scenes are run. Let's get started. In order to add a scene, we have to connect to our gateway, and we can do that from home.getvera.com, entering our username and password. Clicking on login. At this page, the green button, which in its connect is displayed, shows that the unit is reliably connected to the servers and to the internet. If it's not, offline is displayed here. Here we have the weather of the location I have set on the unit, and the connection is okay. By pressing on the connect, we will be guided to the unit. Now my unit and the PC I'm using are connected to the same network, and that's the reason the connection is established locally. Before doing anything, let's get let's go to user and account info, unit settings. It's important to have date and time settings and weather settings set correctly based on our location, because we want to have scenes, we want to actions happen by time, so it's important. Time zone and country, region, city. So please pay attention to this part. Okay, let's go to scene page. By pressing add scenes, we can define a new scene. Step 1, select a trigger. As I told you, triggers cause the scenes to be run. We have three options. Device, if device is chosen, in the next step we have to select the device and define the changes that happens to it. If this happen, do this. Schedule, it's time, the thing that we are going to discuss today. And manually, uh, when the trigger is manual, we have to select it on the app or by computer to have the action run. Let's choose schedule here. At this part, we have interval, daily, weekly, monthly, once. Let's begin from once. Whenever you want to have an action or series of actions run just once, here you have to click it and define the date and the time which is desired. Just by clicking on the date, you can select the date, for example 1st of October at, by clicking on done, it's selected at 10 o'clock in the morning, and by validating the trigger is set. Monthly, whenever you want to have actions or to have a scene run in a specific days of the month, you choose this part. For example, first day of a month and the last day of each month. Let's say this one. And whenever you have selected a day wrong, just by clicking on it again, it is selected. And at this part, you should define the time. At a certain time of a day you want the scene to be run, or or at sunrise, sunset, before sunset, after sunrise, after sunset. Weekly, let's select them. Weekly, if you want to have a scene based on days of the week, you should choose weekly. For instance, I want to have a scene run on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Again, if a day is chosen wrong by selecting on it, again it's selected like this. And at this part, the time is set. Daily. If we want to have the scene every day, daily is chosen. In our example, let's say that I want to have the curtain open every day after sunrise. So daily is chosen after sunrise and 30 minutes after sunrise. Just by clicking on validate, trigger is set. Let's talk about interval. If I want to have a scene around by a specific period of time, here I choose interval and here I define the interval time. For example, every 2 minutes or every 2 hours or every 2 days. Just by clicking on it, it's selected. Let's get back to daily. After sunrise, the 30 minutes by clicking on validate is selected. Now in step 1 it is shown. Schedule trigger every day 30 minutes after sunrise. If you want to remove the trigger here, you should click on the remove sign or this sign. And if you want to edit it, you can do that by clicking on the pen or pencil sign. Okay, here add another trigger. You can have or add another trigger. If not, let's go to next step. Next step is selected. Step 2, device actions. Here we select the devices that we want to have their actions. In select devices, we click on it. At this page, we have all the devices that are added in our unit. We have them smart. You can choose as many devices as you want. For example, curtain, and let's choose thermostat showroom. When you choose your devices by clicking on next, in the next page, the devices are shown and you can define what happens to them. And by clicking on back, they are all deselected and you have select them again. And here I want just to have curtain. Let's say, let's choose luster again here. Okay, here we have luster and curtain. I want to have curtain open, just I click on the open. If I want to have it closed, I have to select close or 50% open. It depends on my decision. Let's have it completely open. Listed. If I want to have it off and here off is selected, I recommend you to turn it to on and again turn it to off. It's a recommendation. Up to you. Okay, I click on validate. If I want another action but with delay, I can select this plus at delayed action. As an example, I can set the alarm 1 hour after sunrise. Here I can add it 30 minutes after the first action. Okay, next step is selected. In step 3, we should finish the scene. And this scene runs when I'm in any mode. I can define the modes. By default, all the modes in Vera are selected. Let's go to this section. I want to have the curtain open when I'm at home, so vacation and away are deselected. And by clicking on done, it's set. When this scene runs, notify these people. By going to this section, I can define the users that I want to be notified. Also execute the following LUUP code. Here I don't want anything else, but if I want to have an action set in LUUP code, here I have to click this and paste my code here and save it. Okay, select room. At this part, we specified a room for our scene. My curtain is my showroom and I select showroom for my scene. And here, name section, I define a name for it. Let's say mornings curtain open. By clicking on finish, the scene is set. Here we have to wait at least 30 minutes in order to let Vera set all the necessary things. Okay. At this page, the scene page, we have 6 columns. The first one, the names of the scenes are shown. Here, the IDs of the scenes are shown. The IDs in the Z-Wave network. Last run plume is related to the last time scenes are run. Morning's curtain opens has never run, so here it's never. Next run column defines the next time the scene is going to be run. Our scene here tomorrow at 6 is going to be run. By clicking on the run sign or button, the scene is run manually. And by clicking on the pen on pencil, we can edit the scene. And by clicking here, the scene is removed. One more thing. Here we have a sign off on and off, and it's green. It means that the scene is active. If I click on it, the scene is deactivated and it's no longer happening or run. If I want to have it active again, I should click on it again in order to activate the scene. It's important that whenever we save something in Vera, we have to wait at least 30 minutes, then change other things. Here you can see that it's working, the unit is busy. Okay, it's turned on and active. If I click on the run, curtain is opening, and you can see it here in camera. And it's giving feedback here. Completely open. Let's close it. If I go to sync page, the last run is shown here. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Have a good day.